Welsh is a language with official status in a part of the UK, only in Wales. And I love what Lindsay was saying about Guarani, because it's sort of, you know, like it's similar. You know what I mean, Lindsay? It's like this part where there is this, it's attached to national pride.
Where it could have toppled away.
Yeah. Welsh was like down, and it's on its way up, and now this is to do with like real civil disobedience and activism in the 60s.
Oh my goodness, that was an amazing 5-minute language chats. I loved it. One of my favorites, if not my favorite, 5-minute language chat that I have done. This is that, and then I'm going to Toronto next month.
Oh, cool. What are you going to do?
That's for work though.
Yep.
So someone who follows me on YouTube and everything, is flying me down to do intensive French lessons with them.
Wow.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
I know, right? Super cool.
I never thought you're like at this position.
I had no idea. Yeah, super cool.
Custom tutor. You fly out to me.
So I'll go to Toronto, and I'll probably go to Ottawa while I'm there. It's so close. And I haven't seen Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah.
So I'd like to go see Niagara Falls while I'm in Ontario. So I'm hiring a tutor now as well.
Yeah. Or to branch off while you're busy, or what?
Yeah, it's more for, because the thing is, when you look at the math plan to tutor, you don't actually make a lot of money. But when my schedule's really full and I get a student who doesn't make sense to group with someone, I don't want to say I don't have time for you.
Right.
So then I'd rather have someone that I could send them some work.
Yeah.
And I don't make much on it, I'll make a little bit.
Yes.
But it's better than zero, right?
And turning them away.
Yeah, exactly.
Because maybe they can join a group later.
Yeah, you never know, right? So I don't have time anymore for more students, which is fine. I have very minimal time for more students right now. I'm full.
Do you have time for yourself?
Yeah. I have the time that I want for myself, which is less than what most people want.
Okay.
So I have the time that I want, but most people would say you don't have time for yourself.
As long as it's enough for you,
Yeah.
which all
Yeah. Yep.
Do you work every day?
7 days a week. How badly do you want to be able to memorize, like, how to spell stuff correctly?
I think because I want to start reading. Well, I'm reading baby books, right? So I don't know. Like my concern is speaking, so I want to speak to people.
Yep. I asked you a specific reason because the thing about French, when it comes to basically any verb conjugations, almost all of them sound the same. They're just written differently. So for example, I work, je travaille. You work, tu travailles. He works, il travaille.
Yeah.
These two are different, nous and vous, but they're always ONS, EZ. Like, even like when you in other verb tenses, like they always have this on sound or e sound, and they always have that EZ, or almost always have the EZ or ONS. And so this one is also travail. So travail, 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 all sound the same, written differently. So for speaking sake, it's actually really easy. So I asked you that because if you're like I really want to, then I'll make sure we focus a lot on spelling. But if you're more just speaking, then it's really easy. So cool. Anyway, so more speaking then and less on. Okay, so no spelling tests basically.
I mean,
less
you
spelling
can.
tests.
Yeah, less.
Okay, got it. That sounds good. I have one student who's all about the reading and writing because he's trying to do it for school.
Yeah.
So we do probably 80% reading, writing, and like 20%
That's
speaking.
really concerning because the last one, all we did was read and write, and I barely spoke any. I can barely speak anything.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
So.
It is now 8:45 p.m. I'm wrapping up my teaching for the day, and one last thing I want to end off on. I'm realizing more and more how important the relationship and the trust that you have with your students. I'm realizing more and more how important that really is. I'd even argue that the trust and relationship that you have with your students, in my perspective and my experience, is actually equally important to how well you teach, because the better relationship you have with them and the more they trust you, the more your teaching actually sinks in and the faster you can move. And this is especially I would say it's equally true for adults and children, but children especially, because children will give you attitude. Children will zone out. They will tune you out, right? And so you need that level of trust with them so that when you speak, they listen, they trust you, they move on it, they want to learn, they want to be there. It's that relationship. Actually, it's funny, I'll often notice, especially when I first get a student, I've noticed that a lot of the time that I have with them is often spent on relationship building at first. And so in an hour, we might spend 20 minutes or 25 minutes on relationship, you know, and probably more in the early phases to really build it, and maybe a little bit less later on. But man, it's so freaking key, and I'm realizing more and more that not all teachers focus on that, at least in my experience anyway. So anyway, we'll wrap up on that note. Thank you so much for watching this, and we'll chat later. Bye for now.